folks, this is Jeff with the Junkyard Kid channel, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video. It's going to be for what I'm going to call a series of flashback videos. Through the years here at J&J Repair and Restoration and just some of my personal stuff, I've took several videos of things that I posted on other forms of media. So I'll be sharing them over the next, I don't know, few weeks, few months, whatever I feel like, I guess. But today, what I'm going to be bringing you is a video of a 68 Chevelle SS that we worked on. We finished it up here last spring, was through the winter preceding that it was here. It's a one-owner car, and it originally had a 396 in it. And here is where the story gets really special to me and with this car, as it's probably one of the more special ones that's come through my shop here. Back in 1973, he took it to my dad, and they pulled out the 396 and put in a LS6 454. The story with the LS6 454 is probably a year or two before that. We'll say, I'm going to guess in probably 1972, some guy came into my dad's shop and had a 70 Chevelle SS factory LS6 car that he was getting ready to trade off to a dealership. Well, it came in there with all the good stuff, you know, the LS6 engine, rock crusher Muncie, 12-bolt posi, but when it left, it had the plain old 327 Saginaw 4-speed and a 10-bolt. And the guy proceeded to take it up to a dealership and traded it in. And I'm guessing, you know, probably 30, 40, 50 years later, someone was probably pretty surprised to discover what the car was and what all had been, I guess, robbed out of it. You know, I'm sure there's a few of them that happened back in the day. But anyways, my dad freshened up that engine, put it in this guy's car, and I had the honor now to have worked on something that my dad worked on a half a century later. I guess that's kind of one of the perks of living in the same area all your life. And I got a little souvenir here I'm going to show you from that engine before we get to the video. This is a piston out of it. You can see there that the ringland's not looking too good anymore. And I'm going to guess that probably came from, you know, the last time they had gas at the pumps that was good enough for I believe them were 11.5 to 1 compression ratio, which would be probably, what, at least 96 octane or so. Nowadays you get this weasel piss stuff, I call it, that, you know, was 91, maybe 93. And anyways, when I freshened up the engine, I dropped the compression, did a few other things which I've detailed in this video. So let's take a look at that and stay tuned for more flashback videos coming up. Hello folks, Jeff with J&J Repair here. I'm going to bring you a short little video on this project that we just finished up. We can't take any credit for all the prettiness until we get under the hood. And we have what to me is a very special combination here. A little backstory. The car belonged to a guy that's owned it since new. And 51 years ago this summer, my dad, Leroy Walker, had this engine and freshened it up and put it in this car. And as you can see, this is a factory SS 396 Chevelle. However, this engine is actually a 1970 LS6 454. He brought it over last fall. We pulled it apart. It's been a bit modernized. Compression we dropped down to about 9.4. Put a hydraulic roller cam in it that's kind of similar specs to what the original was, not exact by any means. And freshen up the transmission. The guy actually used to drag race his car some, so it had a B&M transmission that had the reverse pattern valve body, manual shift, no speedometer working, anything like that. Also had 410 gears in it. And we're kind of putting it back to more street status. I built the 400 where now it's automatic shifting. Nice shift kit. It'll bark the tires real nice. And took the 410 posi out and put the 336 posi in that he had kept all these years that the car came with. So it's just back to a very nice street status. Gentleman, he's not getting any younger, and he says, I just want to get it where I can drive it, enjoy it, while I'm still able to drive. So this has probably been one of the more special projects I've had to do, just due to the fact of the history, that it's something that my dad worked on almost a half a century, well, actually slightly over half a century ago, and I've had the privilege and honor to do the same thing. So we'll fire it up, get a little bit of a listen, and wrap this little story up. A little bit of cool things here. You look down there, this actually has a factory 8-track. He said it does work. I never tried it. And we even have the old 8-track case in the back here. It used to be a staple back in the 70s, you know. But I'll reach in here. And it sounds pretty nice. And the underhood noise, don't get too concerned about. These retrofit roller setups all are a little bit noisy. I think a large part of that is due to the fact that they have what they call a link bar between the lifters, and that has to have some slack so they can move independently, but yet are still tied together. And I think that's a big part why they make that noise. But anyways, just wanted to share this with you. Like I said, just a really cool project to me personally. And just thought I'd show it off. Customer is scheduled to pick it up this afternoon, and he can go back to enjoying it. So, we'll talk to you later next time.